Okay, we're back. I think we're back. How's my volume? Ugh, too much stuff going on here. We are back. Time to relax a little bit. A little bit. There's some music here. I need some music. What do I got for Christmas? Let's see what happens. It might be. I'm not sure I can handle it. But okay, let's see if we can handle that for a little while. I don't know what that thing's gonna play. Okay, so let's see. I did a little bit of cleaning on my desk. Oh, this is a nice bag. Oh, that's what the microphone thing hidden. Use it for the pencils. Okay, so I need to probably get rid of some of this stuff under here so I can color right. Maybe. We have Janet Bastard's book under here. I thought about coloring in this, but I gotta figure out what to do with the background. And I'm not good with backgrounds, so I'm starting to feel that feels like work to me. I don't think I'm doing that. I never replaced the mandala video that I put up. I put it up and then it kind of just wasn't satisfactory. Woo! Sharpener is falling down. Then it needs to empty. No, the sharpener. They all need to be empty. I can't see through this one, but it probably needs to be empty too. So I'm gonna do that. Um, I'm just gonna go over. What was I gonna say? I don't remember what I was gonna say. Found my Link Shine Sparkle Glitter Gel pens. So I need the silver one. The silver one is here, around here somewhere. It needs to go in here. So I'm kind of, I did some cleaning on my desk, but it's really in rough shape, so it's going to take a little bit more. And, I've only just begun, basically. So, quote Karen Carpenter. You know I saw that silver one. You can't be that far away. I don't know, that Christmas music and restreaming Christmas music sounds a little weird. I wish you could play real music. I still don't quite understand the rules for music and YouTube. Oh, there it is, right here. Okay, so now they should all be here. Set of 10 pens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, they're all in there. Hey, Ivy Pearl. Good evening. So I think. Okay, I got empty my sharpeners. Okay, I have like an automatic opening, supposedly, garbage can that I put in here. I don't know what opens this thing up because it doesn't open automatically for me. I can't seem to find. Well, this one is actually the right size for in here, but it doesn't open automatically. I had bought another one that I wound up I'm using it as a hamper in the bathroom downstairs because it's too big. It's tall. It's big enough to be a hamper. It's I don't know all that in here. So it actually worked out good since since the bathroom up here is being worked on and stuff, and so I'm away from the hamper upstairs and I take a shower downstairs, so And the bathroom downstairs is right next to the laundry room. So that's kind of a good setup. So it works good for there, but that's not what it got. And that company doesn't make a smaller one, which is disappointing because that one worked really well. It doesn't open up too much automatically. It opens up enough. It opens up when you need it to. So I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Empty that one. Empty that one. This one's still stuck. Yeah, there's actually a pencil tip in there. I'm gonna get that out. Oh. Now I just dropped the bottom of it. Gotta make sure I don't step on it. Gotta do my wrist thing, which keeps dropping today. Okay, so my desk is feeling more like it was before the disaster. Like when I have to have a whole lot of work to do for work, it's like then it just really just gets super crazy. And why won't they come out? Come on. The pencil tip. And so I was actually to recover a little bit of space today to make it feel a little more normal, but we're still not at what I want to be my normal, which is a relatively organized desk, and it's not there right now. We will see. So, not this one. I can do this one. I know I've been using this to go a lot. And I'm getting to the point where, what was I going to say? Oh, it's too much of my brain. Let's hope we don't have any of those visitors today because I didn't get to go hardcore with that today. Laundry was like more important. My husband was, what do you call it? Putting the stuff on the drywall. What do you call it? Oh, I can't remember what you call it. That's how full my brain is. I can't remember the name of that. Is it plaster? I don't think it's really plaster. Or whatever it is. He's putting that down today. So, pencil tips everywhere. And I want to sketch, but my head's just not enough in that space. I don't know what it is about me and sketching, or like, well, there's some things that I want to sketch, and I really want to think about them, and I got to get into that mind. This is a problem when you do so many creative things. It's like switching from one to the other is not, it takes something to do that. And I've been kind of working on some other things for work. I know I'm not supposed to work today, that's what I said, but I did a little bit, and it's actually like kind of a relaxing part of it. More thoughtful, and I can pretty much do with it what I want with it. So I was doing a little bit of that today just in preparation for January. And I can tell what some of these things are when I look at it. Where did I put my glasses? Laundry, investigation of that. Now some of these things in here, I don't know what they are. Maybe those are buds or something, or snow, clumps of snow. So even though like this page, I really think what I need to do with these pages, and I think they are actually, yeah, These are color by number pages. And one thing I could have done, and I could probably still do that, is look up the color code for them. But I don't feel like going through all that. So I'm just gonna guess, make it what I want it to be. But some things about this are confusing me. Like what's inside, what's outside. It's really confusing. Or is this just supposed to be kind of a collage? Because these things look like, okay, they could be inside or outside, depending on if there's something on the wall or if they're actually part of an actual tree or something. Then there's a frame, like this is a window. Or is it a painting? But then there's a brick wall here. It's definitely brick because of how it's divided. So then, okay, that says outside. So then that tells me this is a window. The bird is here, of course, on the tree. It's a titmouse. I love titmouse. They're so cool because like there's black all around their eyes. And sometimes like you can't quite tell like that like their eyes might be closed, and so you can't tell where their eye is. They're cute little birds. We used to have them at our feeders all the time. We're not putting up feeders this year because we have to deal with a problem that arose during COVID when restaurants were closed. So that's all I'm going to say. So we're not encouraging any extra critters being around here. So we don't put out feeders. At least for a while. But yeah, I love titmouse. Titmouse birds, I guess. You can't say titmice, they're titmouse. They're a titmouse. Titmouse says? I don't know. Anyway, they're black and gray. And I think with a little bit of white and a very orange beak. I think, from what I remember, I think. Anyway, but I can color him whatever color I want. But anyway, so he's outside. He's got to be outside. So then that means he's sitting on this, so which is like up here. So that means this has to be a tree. So then that takes me to, okay, what is, this is inside the frame. So what is this? The way it's there, it looks like snow. Is it snow lined up in the window frame? That would make sense for this one, but then what's inside? What is this? This doesn't look, this look is like inside the most innermost frame. So what is that? So I'm like all the way confused with this picture. I don't know what's going on. I almost talked myself out of working on it, but I'm gonna work on it. I'm just gonna go into my psychedelic head and just, do whatever. I'm just gonna like base it with pencil, and then I'm gonna do something with marker, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna see what happens because I'm not ready to get out the gouache yet, but that's what I'm making room for on my desk in part, is that. So, because I do want to start working with them a little bit between now and mid-January. I also feel like if I just block out the colors with my pencils, at least I can figure out where things are and what's what, because it's too hard to figure it out right now. I know some of this is supposed to be snow, but I figure I can add the snow on later. And I might switch to coloring something else when I get tired of doing this. This is going to be a work in progress because, like, I don't feel any urge to at the moment to rush and finish it, even though it is a holiday picture. I think if I had more time and if it were relaxing for me, I would go and look up the numbers and at least try to figure out and hear what's what number and then try to get an idea of what's going on. I don't know. I just don't have the patience for that right now. I just want to color. We got a lot of snow today and last night. Let's see, I don't know, looks kind of like, I don't know, 5 to 6 inches. This is from a Creative Haven coloring book. Did I write it on the back? I thought I wrote it on the back. Oops, I wrote it on the back of this one. Creative Haven, Creative Christmas coloring book. And I really like the picture. It's just once I started coloring it, I didn't realize, like, wow, these are big. Wow, this paper isn't good for it. All this other stuff is like, whoops. So, but that's okay. Sometimes I learn things when I. Excuse me. What's this foot? Is this foot? What is that? Yeah, I think that's his foot. Sometimes I learn things when I have these oops moments, so I am closer to, I can get my markers now, so that's another thing. I can color with my markers. The water-based ones and the alcohol markers. I don't know, I just don't feel like using them right now. It's like I'm in crayons or pencil mood. It's like blending is my happy place. I just realized that. Yeah, I do like my Tagal sharpener. I know some people don't like them, and they don't always work with every pencil, but yeah, it's one that like I like having. I like having it on hand. I kind of figure if I approach this page with my head being in kind of like loose, kind of just brainstorm mode or whatever, just kind of loose, as I said, like psychedelic mode, where it's just like whatever, just let go, let have, whatever comes out, comes out, whatever I pick up, let's use it. I feel like, I might learn something from this. Because my subconscious is more done is more at, more at work and it doesn't see the obstacles that my brain would normally. I feel like that's a bow. I don't know where the bow is coming from, and I don't know if I'm just trying to make it be that or what. And who shows half a bow in a picture? Usually you don't do that. Okay? No. I guess this is where it would benefit to have the book, because then I could see. I think usually with the color by numbers, they show you, what it's supposed to look like when you're done. So I did this with acrylic marker, the brick, because I'm gonna try and go over it with pencil or something. So just to prove I can color ugly, I really can. Everything I do don't turn out right. That's for sure. So we had about, I was saying, about 6 inches of snow, almost 5 to 6, it seems like. It was good, significant, heavy snow. Very pretty. It's kind of funny because sometimes it's like the snow is okay until they plow, and then the roads are good. But then if it snows more, it seems like then it makes room for ice to be in between where the snow is, and that's when the driving, I think, gets more treacherous. But they gotta plow, because if they don't, then they're stuck trying to plow, feet of snow at a time, which that would be a bad thing. I ain't going anywhere. That is a dumb song. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm sick of AI. Give me like a real man. Ugh. Okay, let's see. It's number 2. I need to change to something else. I'm changing to lo-fi. What's minimal house? That's interesting. Let's see what it does. Let's see what minimal house does. Not that I need to be buying anything else, but I was looking on Blick last night, comparing and markers and that are like, um, I don't know. I don't even know what kind of markers they are, but comparing like Posca's, and then I guess Blick has a kind of marker that's similar to that. And then somebody mentioned in a review that Statler has some like that, and so this was kind of there reading reviews. I think because this ivory color in my acrylic markers, I'm using it a lot. And because I'm using it a lot, and it comes in like in, one of those kind of generic sets of markers, it's like, you know what, that's probably going to be one of the first ones I'm going to have to replace. Where can I get another one of that color? So that's why I was on there. Because I thought I want to get single stock, open stock or whatever, and not buy a whole set, just replace that one. Well, I kind of left her a little confused. And I saw Posca had, I don't know if you hear my husband sneezing. saw that Posca has an ivory, but I don't know that they have the tip that I want that matches like the one I have on this tan mitt marker. So I just put some things in my wish list for further investigation. But I really love this ivory color, and I've been using it a lot in different things. It's like whenever I pick up one from that set, that tends to be one of them that I pick up. Sorry for the stuff in my noses. Acting weird. I put away all the color pencils I could find that were on my desk. I haven't found another one. Now I'm thinking, oh no, I'm gonna have to pull them out again. I have so much room on my desk right now because I put them away. But let's see if we can be a little more kind of particular about how we take them out, and maybe take out a pencil at a time or something and put it back. So I want a neat desk. Oh, that looks like a U. That's kind of weird. It's my fault. I did that. Just oh. So last night I discovered, yeah, and they had those on there too. And then some other brand that I never heard of. Did I notice like Posca has these big, huge? Well, they have these. I don't know. They look like they have the little circle thing on them, like the bingo stamper things do. And it looks like it's supposed to spread a lot of color at once. I thought that looked kind of interesting. But yes, I think probably I don't know if Copic has an ivory. I don't think they do. It seems like that's an acrylic color rather than an alcohol marker color. I don't know, but I don't know. I really don't know anything about markers. So maybe there's Copics that are acrylic, and I don't know. Call me clueless. Oh no. But then, see, I already have like an alcohol marker set, so I really don't want to get another one until I have used that up. Which I think with the other page I downloaded from this, when I downloaded this, I have a few more pages. Excuse me. I think I'm going to try using alcohol markers on them first and then see how that works. I also started researching paper, and I gotta look at my case of printer paper because it seems like my printer paper is heavier than a lot of other printer paper, and I want to find out what the weight is of it because it's really not a bad paper for coloring on some things. And thinking about, well, how this printed out on this paper and what I can use on it, how pencils aren't really, they're not really that great on this. For some reason, I don't understand why. Um, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And I don't know if there's a right or wrong side, and I have to need to pay attention to that when I'm printing, looking at the rough side versus if there's a rough side and a soft side. I don't even know. I'm going to have to start paying more attention to that and see if that makes a difference. Because I've used pencil on other pages that I printed on this paper, and it was like, you know, it doesn't feel like it feels on this. And I used Prismacolors on the other page, the Old St. Nick page, and I still was feeling like, I don't know, something's weird with it. I don't know. Trying to figure out what it is. Okay, this is getting on my nerves too, that music. I'm coloring over the snow part, what they have designated as what's supposed to be snow, and I'm just going to add it later. Add it back with like an acrylic marker or paint or something. And I have a set of full body acrylic paint that I'm also thinking about playing around with. I don't know when I got it. I got it like early on when I was cut off from my painting, my oil painting area because of renovations and things. And I thought, well, let me get some small canvases and just like paint my room with acrylic. And I just never started, and I never opened that box. And so I'm thinking about opening that box. Let's see. That's one reason I like these mediums that I have. These bottles are for using with acrylic paint. Acrylic and, well, it says, what does it say? Oh. Anyway, yeah, so even though that's like a more of like a regular body acrylic paint, not a light body, I figure I can thin it with a medium or water and get it to the consistency for the, coloring books. Yeah, this is 65 pound too. And this, I don't know. I'm so confused about paper and I don't know how pencils act on them. What kind of paper is what? Like, for instance, now that makes me wonder what kind of paper is in those Jasmine Griffith, Beckett Griffith books. What kind of paper is in, I don't know. I'm wondering now, and I wish they had to have that listed on the book so I could, because that would help me know what kind of paper I like for what what kind of paper for what medium. Because I know what they say, the weights that are good for whatever, but uh, more tree, more tree. I figure I'm going to do his foot. Vellum. Ah, okay. I just realized I didn't do that part of the poly. Urgh. So this is actually the same as this. Okay. Here's hoping a whole bunch of stuff is crashing down. Boy. Get the right green. Let's use it this one. It's like I know I should swatch and all that kind of stuff, but it's like I don't care. I'm just playing. I'm just having fun. Just relaxing. I ain't swatching nothing. And you know what? I'm gonna go into full on just Weeze painting mode and not think about what that is. It's supposed to be reflection or needles. Can't tell. Because it's hard for me to color in that space. I don't want to make it smooth because they're needles. They're pine needles, so pine needles ain't smooth. I'm ignoring their numbers because in their spaces. That seems to be what's tripping me up with these things, is their spaces. No texture, but it means I need to make it. I don't know what that is. What is that? Something sticking out of there. Holly is more flat, smooth surface. So I don't mind these being like flat in the middle, and then I'll just kind of expand it. I don't know what the heck is there. Gosh, I don't know. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. Oof, feels so dry. Went to turn on my vaporizer in here, and it was working the other day, and then it ran out of water, so I filled it up with water. And I didn't turn it on until the day after I had filled it up with water because I can't remember why. Now it doesn't turn on, and it is old. I don't even know how long I've had it, but That was disappointing because it's like, well, I need it today, and it wasn't working. So I had to buy another one of those. Ugh, 'cause I have one in just about every room. Or like I have one big one downstairs to cover like a lot of space. The kitchen, I don't really need one because I can just put on a pot of boiling water, and if it gets too bad. But a lot of times, just cooking will take care of that. Because it generates steam and all that. But it's crazy how dry the air got so quickly. All of a sudden, it was like bam, down to 40 whatever humidity. I don't know what the name of the measurement is for humidity, but it went from like 70 to 40, it seems like just in like a week. So because the humidity had been up to like about 70 for so long, it was able to withstand the dry air for a long time until it couldn't, until it was all gone. So, and the fact that we're not taking showers upstairs now because that's all being a new one putting it and being put in. I'm not getting humidity from that either. So I think that's part of the problem. Why it's so dry in here now. So I have to put my head over a pot of water or something. I have a small desk humidifier. Actually, if I thought about it, I could have brought my one home from work that has it actually runs by USB. The one I have at work. I could have brought that and just put it right on top of my desk in front of me. Sometimes like the ones, because like the one I have is like that stand up cold mist humidifier. I have like a couple of those. One was in here and one is in the bedroom, and it has that little cup thing you can put stuff in there. And it has that little thing where you in the back where you open up the door and you can put in one of those little what do you call it? I don't know. It's like a little packet or whatever, um, like a compressed cotton ball or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember words today. Too much in my head. That's soaked like with Vicks, and then you put that in there. But most of the time, I just run water. I like that. See, when I don't think too hard, when I just let my brain go, I tend to do better with coloring than when I think too hard. But I usually wind up with something that leads me somewhere. I don't like thinking about it too much. Because I always have an editor in my head saying, well, should I? Well, should I? Well, should I? And when I do that, it's like it just my brain tightens up. It just gets restricted, and then nothing comes out. Oh, I can kind of see this now. Is this a part of that? Is it like kind of peeking through or something? I don't understand this picture. Why would it peek through? Where's the bow? What's the bow hanging on to? Is this like an arrangement that's outside or something? And the candles are inside? You know what? I think this is actually ivy. I mean, mistletoe when I covered it up. Mm. And I can't see the points in it now because of. But this isn't pointy though. Over here. Unless that's snow. Huh. Going over that with pencil too. This stuff. I think. Yeah. And that's like my primary thing. Have fun. If you're not having fun, stop. Just stop. Another thing I have here, supplies I have that I need to use up are Atiza watercolor brushes. I need to use those up. And I need to find the best place to use them. And start using them on the regular until they're gone or something. What's underneath there? It's gotta be pine needles, right? What's that? There's a point too. So today for like lunch kind of qualifies as dinner too because I haven't eaten yet. So I guess that was my dinner too. I ate it like what time was it? It was like almost 2:30. But I had that beef soup, beef vegetable soup that I made, the quickie beef vegetable soup, because I used like a can of um, broth, beef broth, and yeah, I used a can of beef broth. I added water. I didn't add a bouillon on top of that. I didn't, and I didn't really need it either, so it was enough. With the I had some drippings from the roast that we cooked Thanksgiving week, and so I had used some of that when I was frying the vegetables and the garlic. So it's got flavor from that too. But I wound up, I gotta figure out what's, is that the bird? What is that hanging? I don't know what that is. I wound up having mine with, I warmed it up in the microwave with some rice in the middle of it. I put like a little bit of rice in the middle of it, like just a teeny bit. And then I cut up half an avocado, and that's what I had for lunch, dinner. It was really good. I was surprised. I was like, oh, that's actually good. What is this ribbon tied to? What would this ribbon be tied to? Oh, huh. It's almost worse than the AI picture. Yeah, it was really good. Actually, I had some shiitake mushrooms, and I think I learned how to, at one time, I learned something about how to prepare them to freeze them. And I had done that. I don't remember what that is or where I found that out, but they were really good. I put them in that soup and they were really good. I was like, oh my gosh. It's like, wow, now I don't know how I did that with them, but they were really good. It's really filling. Okay, how much is it? Okay, there's more up here. Oh, I see. This is more. Oh, brother. Edgar and Holly. See, when you're coloring spaces that are this big, it's like, I feel like color pencil just is not the thing. Color pencil is for accenting and adding detail, but not for, I don't know, or I'm not enjoying the process of trying to make it color pencil cover the whole thing. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. That's more something. I don't know what that is. What is that? It looks like it's holly and then it doesn't. I don't know what to say that is. But it's got these in the middle, so I'm assuming it's probably. Gosh, we're gonna guesstimate. We're just gonna do any old thing. Whatever it is, it is. How can you have both berries and, I don't know, can you have both berries and pine cones? But I can't tell what's going on here. We're just gonna try and make it pretty. That's all. That's our goal. Things may not be what they're supposed to be, but we're gonna try and make it pretty. That's our goal. Maybe I think they might make it holly there, and I'm not making holly there. Could make it holly here. Oops, I should have gone every way. Which way? We're gonna fudge that corner. Okay. So let's see. Where else can we? I don't know what color I want that to be. This thing that I can't exactly tell what it is. What I could do. I should use another color. Let's figure out what color that is. I'm also trying not to use my good pencils on this because we're just kind of experimenting, kind of, sorta. No, gotta get the big ones out. So continue using the colors. I am not getting all those pencils out and putting them on my desk. Because that was like, I don't want to have to clean up after that. Take some and play. That's interesting. Let's start with those. And let's see. Okay. I think I got a white one in here. Do I? Yep. Good. Just checking to make sure I have some Prismacolor white pencils, because like I got 2 of them and both of them are like, whoa, worn down. These are 2 I have. There's not much left of them. So I wonder if I need to take this blue out and put that in. Which one's shorter? Oh, we'll drop it. Oh my gosh, they're almost the same height. Let's use this one. It's the shorter one. I'm trying not to go overboard with that white on here because I can get kind of crazy with that white. But I gotta find another pale color. I need to find a pale color that's more purple. And there's another color that's more pale to use in the Prismacolors for. Oops, just broke the tip. Just break off in the. Oh shoot. You know what? There's not much of it left, and I know I gotta back up. Let's see what happens. Not much. There's gonna be no pencil left. See, will she live? Will she survive? So I think the next thing I'm gonna make, I'm going to do tomorrow, was one of 2 things or both. Because I had my husband buy when he went to the store, when he went into town yesterday. I had him get Tostitos and the all those avocados, and I already had sour cream, and I was thinking I was going to take some more of that beef that we had and just shred it up and like make nachos. I like making loaded nachos. Just I don't know, I just do like a single thing, and I will just like put everything in its mother on it, put it in the microwave. Sometimes I'll just put the cheese on first on the chips and then put it in the microwave, and then I'll add the other stuff on top and then put it in the microwave again, and that'll be like chow, lunch and dinner. So I want to be able to do that because while I'm working on stuff for work, like wrapping up stuff for year end and all that, that's a good, easy thing for me to eat and pick on and still have all my food groups. The other thing is I'm thinking of making a pot of chili. So, which I may do the same thing with the nachos again, but also then you can eat it just the chili itself. And then I want to make some cornbread or corn muffins. Man, the corn muffins I got from the store, I'm I thought like they used to be where like the corn muffins I got at the store was kind of like, breakfast, like sweet kind of muffin kind of thing. But they were pretty good. But the last time I got them from there, I don't know if they changed the way they baked them or something, but no, they were not acceptable. Uh, well, you could actually make it without the cheese even, and just put the other stuff on there. And then it's kind of like it's loose. It doesn't have the stuff sticking to it, but you still have, you know, everything on top of it. It's kind of like a taco salad because what I do after I take it out the last time out of the microwave is then I put shredded lettuce and stuff all over it. Sometimes a whole lot, and sometimes just a little. Depends on how I feel. But sometimes I'll make it to the point where really like this is a taco salad. Nah. But I like having all my food groups on there, so I'll do that to get all my veggies. And since I can now eat greens, which I couldn't do that this time last year, without being deeply traumatized and without most of it being all stuck in my mouth, or my teeth. Um, yeah, I'm trying to get back to my normal way of eating with all my veggies. Still can't eat raw carrots, so and can't bite into no biting into apples, no biting into raw carrots, no eating raw broccoli. Um, and I haven't braved Brussels sprouts yet either. Those are things I feel like I'm probably gonna break a bracket if I do that, unless I shred it. So I shred the carrots, and I kind of either really have to soften the broccoli, and if I did Brussels sprouts, I'd have to shred them, which isn't a bad thing to do actually. I mean, when I think about it, this is extra work. I have to have some work trying to make this brick look brickish. Yeah, I love doing those nachos, all that stuff on it. And it really, I don't have a lot of cheese on there actually. I don't load like I don't use melted cheese. I just shred cheese on it, and I don't really use that much. I think like if it's an eighth of a cup total, that's probably about the most that I have on there. But just put enough on there basically to get all the chips to stick together, and that's it. And I also kind of like the cheese getting kind of brown in the microwave because I like that flavor. But other than that, I don't really use a whole lot of cheese on it. I don't know how brickish this brick looks. Feel brickish. And I got this. What is this? Can I see it on the thing? Okay, here we go. Mahogany red Prismacolor. What color is this? Because it seems kind of light. It's not that light. I feel like it'll kind of help blend a little bit. So I thought today I'd be doing a little bit more thinking or whatever about in the Advent devotional. It's like I gotta catch up or whatever with it. Um, but I'm still stuck on, like, what is it, the first day? I'm still thinking about all that. So I haven't moved on yet because I'm still thinking about that one. But maybe tomorrow I'll do something where I can, like, move on. Or maybe I'm not supposed to move on. I don't know. Maybe I am supposed to stay there. I keep thinking about that whole deal with Mary and Elizabeth. And something else I was thinking about it. It's like, okay, so John the Baptist was the one to, like, he was supposed to prepare the way, right? For Jesus. And so basically John the Baptist was kind of like Old Testament, Old Covenant, because he was moving. It even says that he was moving in the kind of like the anointing of Elijah. It's like, the prophets, of the Old Testament. So John the Baptist was moving in the Old Covenant, and Elizabeth was old, right? It's like, yes, my brain, it doesn't stop. I can't help it, but I keep thinking about this. Elizabeth was old, and she gave birth to John the Baptist, who was the one who was to prepare for Jesus. He's like the last, basically, kind of like the last prophet of the Old Testament. I don't know if John the Baptist is actually considered a prophet or not, but that's kind of what he was working in, right? I don't know. There's a whole lot I'm stuck on it because there's a whole lot I want to study about that because it interests me. I feel like there's something there. And then Jesus, who was to be the one to bring in the new covenant, he was born to basically a teenager, right? It was okay in that time though, but he was born to a young woman who was a virgin. So, Old Covenant, New Covenant, and the fact that Mary and Elizabeth were cousins, they were related. And then how they actually, like, Mary went to go stay with Elizabeth when Elizabeth was like 3 months pregnant with John the Baptist, and they just hung out together. I just find that so wild. I feel like that's symbolic in, like, so many ways. I don't know. Made my brain explode. It's just like, or not explode, but like all kinds of things going off in there. Well, what about? And it's every I don't know. So it's like there was one devotional I read that talked about that. Talked about, well, the name of it was called Prepare the Way or whatever. And what was in it, part of it I was like, okay. And then it was going off on some other stuff, and I was like, yeah, all that Christmassy stuff, whatever. I just wasn't, like, really feeling it. But just the beginning of it and giving me that, the verse, the Luke chapter 1 and all that, I'm still grooving off of all of that. So it's like I haven't got any further. But I keep thinking about that. It's like, and it's no small thing that John the Baptist was of the Old Covenant because, well, in one way, what old lady gets pregnant, right? That's a big deal for an old lady to get pregnant. And I kind of feel like Elizabeth, just from being pregnant, knew some things that her husband did not. But her husband, he wasn't able to speak um, until after when he named um, John the Baptist, when he named John the Baptist John. But I feel like Elizabeth, well, in part because she's experienced all these things in her body, as if she were a young woman and she knows she's not. Feel like she had a lot more faith than her husband. And I feel like, I don't know, kind of blows my mind. And what kind of things were her and Mary talking about? You know? What were they talking about? The old woman and the young woman. That's just so wild to me, that whole setup. I feel like it's something that doesn't get talked about much because, kind of Christianity being so kind of dominated by the discourse of males. They don't think about this stuff. They don't know what a big deal it is for an old woman to get pregnant. They don't know what a big deal it is. I don't know. They don't know for women talking together, sharing things together. And so I feel like they miss the significance of all of that because they don't know. If they listen to some women, they might find out. It wasn't just logistics that God did things the way he did, Women are people too. And obviously Elizabeth had more faith than her husband, so in my opinion. Yeah, thanks, Ivy Pearl. Yeah, it's still like, I think it's because, like, it's just the time of year that it starts is usually, first week of December is usually like the first week of insanity for me at work, like, or a part of, or in the middle of a crazy time at work. So that might be one reason why I never really, well, in recent years, haven't celebrated it before. Is because it's just too crazy. And like, what? Sit back and meditate? I know they said 10 minutes a day, but I can't rush through things like some of those devotionals rush through them. It's like I can't do that. I believe in, it's like I like putting things into practice. I like internalizing them and make sure I get it. And don't give me no. I remember one time Foxy said this, and I totally understand. I was like, oh yeah, I get that. She says, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Because I think she's that way too. She doesn't want to know more than she can put into practice. And I mean, because I'm that way. I want to be able to put it into practice. I don't want to just hear it. I don't want to be, like they say, just a hearer of the word and not a doer. I want to hear it, and then I want to act on it appropriately. Do whatever it is I need to do. So yeah, I don't feel like I reached the end of my thinking about that. And I know in some cases, some places have a devotional for one day, for Sunday, and then, rest of the week is the rest of the week. And maybe I need to approach it that way. Just once a week, do the one that happens on Sunday and stay there. But we'll just see what happens. Oof, my face is so dry. Whoa. Like I need to use a darker pencil there so I don't lose that joint in the tree. This music is goofy. I kind of like this one though, but it's kind of goofy. Yeah, definitely. Hmm. I may have to go back and look at like either look at the download that I have of it, or see if I can get back into where if to see if the sample is still available, so I can kind of get another look at this area. I can't figure out what's going on there. Because with the ribbon being here, I don't understand what it's attached to. And there's all white space under here, so I can't really tell. What is it attached to? Okay. What else can we do in here? I don't know if I want to do. I don't want to do the berries. I could do those, but they're small, so I need a small marker. So maybe I'll do it with a. Let's see. How's the brick look? Does the brick look like brick? Oh. Maybe do some of that. Needs more work, but I don't know exactly what yet. Hey, you know what? I do have this, but I can't really use ivory. I have to find one. Uh-oh. I hope I don't send a whole bunch of stuff tumbling down. If you hear a crash, it's because a bunch of stuff fell, but everything's okay. Okay, let's try this. Oh, there is an ivory. Let's try this. It's this blue thing. Yeah, this has a small point, so that one. We're gonna use our supplies. Yay! There we go. Okay. Let's try and do them right. Woo! Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what I was talking about at one time and I didn't finish it. I discovered that I had a membership, or I have a membership to a channel. I just happened to go in one day and hang out to see what he was talking about. And I looked at my email yesterday and I was gifted a membership. I didn't even say anything in the live. I just was in the clouds listening. So that was the strangest thing. So I happened to he happened to be live yesterday, so I went in and listened to it, and it's like, I don't know why I have a membership to this channel. Why do I have a membership to this channel? So, I don't know. I guess some people had gifted some regulars. I don't know if they were having a competition or what. But one of them, okay, I gotta change this song. Let's get one of those. That drum thing is so ridiculous. Going to lo-fi. Turn it down. Sorry. So what was I saying? Well, I guess they were having like these two people were kind of okay. This is one person had gifted 50 memberships, and then the other person gifted 51. So, and I guess the guy's memberships are only like 99 cents. So, I mean, still, but I don't know. I was just in the clouds, and I think I've only been in his live once. So I was trying to say, who is this person? What's he do? What's he talking about? So that was weird. It was really weird. Okay, now I need glasses to see what that is. I don't know what that is. Is that supposed to be snow or what? There's numbers on it. 2, 9. What else is on the bird? I don't see any other 2s on them, so I don't know what that is. We'll figure something out when we get there. So hopefully that looks a little more like brick. I feel like I need another divider, but I hope that doesn't. I don't want to mess up the picture either. I feel like there should be one like here. Can I do that? Doesn't seem quite right without another division. Did I? Can't see that spot. Some stuff rubbed off or something. What time is it? Almost 7? I still gotta fold sheets. If you're out there, Bailey, creative, I changed my sheets today. So I wonder if there's a dark green in these. Maybe I'm learning how to use my acrylic markers without me even realizing it. That might be kind of cool. I don't know what this color is. It's kind of weird. I don't see a dark green. It's kind of a bright green. I don't know what that is. Let's try it. What are these pencils coming up? Oh, polychromos. What are you doing in here? You need to find a home. Okay, so I need light. Let's see what this color. It's like, because it's kind of weird. It looks like it could be blue, but it also looks like it could be green. Whew. Looks like there's not much left in it. That's what it looks. That's what it looks like. Might be good for lining some dark spaces. And this is probably more the color that I would have liked to make the holly. But it's not. I don't remember if we're using this color. Shakes color. It doesn't seem like it wants to come out. I'm messing up the tip. This side is good. I'm afraid to use it that big in here. I really like the other side. I don't want to mess up the tip. The tip is why I like these particular ones. They're nice and pointy. You know, when you're poking holes in the picture. This needs more work. Really is. Okay, I think it's coming out. There we go. Okay, we got it now. Okay. Oh, I wish I had thought about this earlier, because this is more of the color I wanted those to be, the holly. But that's okay. Uh-oh. I press hard. Man. I don't know, maybe I can't use this one. It's kind of bluish, but I'm gonna just blend in other greens in there and maybe it'll kind of, I don't know, this will give things a little bit of depth. Oops. It's not letting me be. It's not letting me be painterly. I don't like that. Oh, is it coming out? This tip is kind of ratchet. I can't use the wide one because that's gonna leave, unless I can try and angle it somehow. But I'm kind of hesitant to do that with it. Yeah, this one smells. Must be like a blob inside or something. It needs a little more Action. See, that gives me that pine needle-y kind of feel. So we'll layer over with another color. We'll just keep layering to get what we want. I like that one. I think I gotta turn it. Where was it again? I don't remember. It's like this one. See how this tip is? It's all ratchet. Ratchet tip. I wonder if I can clean it off with some alcohol or something. I'm really not happy. Let's see. A little piece of. Look for something. Towel here. I don't really use anything that big. I don't know. Something really wrong with this one. What? Tip. Oh, you can't see that. Sorry. This. Let's get that little. Oh. Hey, Bubbles. Hey, Taylor. Good evening. I don't know. I'm having too much fun doing this. I want needles. I want needles. I find the holly problematic with needles. The needles are fun. Oh, is it? Where's it? I don't know. I'm gonna ignore it. I like the needles. Where do the needles? Oof. More marker. It's going through. I think that spacey music is helping. Marker though. This marker though. Okay, so how much more? So what I'm going to have to do is think about after this, like, what am I going to layer with next to give it to up the kind of realistic spindly look. Oh, this poor marker. I'm not going to cut whatever that is. Would that be bad? I don't think I have any like, little embroidery scissors or something. It's like all fuzzy on the end. Hmm. One more spindle corner. Then maybe we'll try and tackle the holly. Okay, that's really kind of getting on my nerves. It's very ill, and I need to. This is what I like the wispiness of the smaller side. I really don't want to use that side. I really don't. I really don't. I know she don't feel well on this side, but dang. I need you to work. Please work. Did it come out now? Did they do it? Let me press it harder, or was that like a fluke? Oh, okay, there might be too much up there, but we will. Oh, this has never been used. Okay, we really need to prime this one. And prime it right. And find out the color too while we're at it. Oops. Oops, I pressed it all the way in. Will it come out? I was a little overzealous. Oh, I need a pair of tweezers or something. This is coming out though. Ooh, it's coming out. I need tweezers. Hold on. Then I'll probably pull the whole tip out. Watch. Be right back. Oh, back into a corner. Oh, what is it? That much stuff around. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Time for surgery. Ow. Oops. Uh-oh. I didn't expect it to come out like that. Uh-oh. It's gonna stay. Is it alright? You're gonna drop out, are you? Uh-oh. I really damaged it. Shoot. I'm half crooked. Hmm. Well, okay. Ooh, that's a nice green one. Where are we going with it? Where are we going with it? Oh, that was the right side. I'm gonna try these ones. Ooh. I really need to figure out what that thing in the middle is. Hmm. I feel like I need to keep this one marker somewhere special, isolated, because I have a feeling it's gonna make a mess somewhere. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I need a pencil first, but I do like this green better than that green. Or the combination of them. Wow. I feel like I need to use this marker as much as possible because I need to use it up so it doesn't wind up leaking all over or something. I'm gonna put it in a bag, I think. Right, so I'm so tempted to just make this more ivy. Okay. That might actually work out good for this. ribbon. I don't know. I just want to color over that thing. That's getting on my nerves. I don't know what that is. I can't make sense of it. Is the tip sinking in? Is it going on me? Oh, it's going to sink all the way into the pen. Okay, that's the problem. I like the scratchiness though, but I need you to come out. I need you to come out just a little bit more. Shoot. Oh. Let's try this side. See what happens. Yes, now I like that one. I like the thinner side. The wispy. Oh, that's kind of weird. You gotta change your. Use this side and change your technique a little bit, I guess. The other side is kind of scaring me. I think I'm liking this page better now, though. I just have to kind of be a little bit out my mind and distance myself a little bit from any expectations and just like, okay, just let it, whatever it's going to be is going to be. Just don't stress. If it's going to be ugly, it's going to be ugly. So let it be ugly. Just don't worry about it. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. And I'll learn something from it either way. I could always go in with a lighter or different color pen. I can pick like a bluish green or blue in one of my. Hey Thomas, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while on my channel. Seen you other places. Hope you're having a good night. Playing around with my markers, trying to make this look like something. Can't see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. And trying to go the direction that like the thing is pointing out to, so that I can pick the right. Well, using these acrylic markers, I might be able to rehab that other page a little bit too, since the other side of these is a smaller point. It might help. Yeah, I really wish I had that smaller point, because I don't really like how that one looks. I love this one. But we can break out with a blue and kind of rehab that a little bit. Let's see if I can get anything out of this side. Why did we do this? Kept saying it was ivy, but I'm not gonna make it ivy. I'm having too much fun making pine needles. Well, it's behaving a little better now. I'm getting the hang of it more. So pine needle. So, almost 2 hours. Kind of feeling like, yeah, this is a. Let's see if this. This is red. This. This is more of a. I don't know. That looks. That's a pretty color. I think that's more of a pink. I don't know. Maybe that is the red. Excuse me. Oh, that's red. Maybe I need to use it. Oops, pink underneath it. Oh, we've never used this. Wow. Oh, there we have. Well, they're both kind of red. We've never used this side. Let's try to have the same mistake as impressed you, honey. Prime. You doing alright? Yeah, it says straight down. That's what I'm doing. Straight down. Yep, here it comes. You can see it. A little bit more. Kind of like the look of this lighter one. I don't know why. What I do. What I do. Red. I should have done some pencil on here first. But oops. I forgot. Have my fingers on the picture and it's stuck. So kind of draw the outlines in after. Just because I like drawing in curvy things. One of my favorite things to paint when I would oil paint were apples and grapes. I love painting grapes. They're so much fun to paint. And I liked doing oil painting grapes because I also had to work fast because the grapes don't look the same for long, so you gotta hurry up. So it helped me to learn how to work fast. And so yeah, I used to paint fruit because it's like you gotta work fast because it's not gonna stay the same for long. So it helped me a lot too. This is darn bow. Is it a bow? I don't even know. Now that it's covered up, I can't even tell what it is. I don't know what that thing is. I may look at the where I got it from and the Dover sampler page if it's still available, and look at it. See if they have the back of the book on there too, so I can see what the color guide is. Oh, there's more leaf, more pines, needles. Oops, we'll get it. I think that's a lot. I think doing those needles that helped redeem the page for me. Yeah, the thing I was drawn to, well, that happened to be when I took my painting class, because like I was taking a drawing class as an elective, and I asked the professor I had for that class, I says, "Do you think I could take a painting class?" And he was like, "Sure." And so I did the next semester, and his specialty was oil painting, so that was what I learned, um, and I love it. I love it. It's mixing paint is like I don't know. I just love it. But and it allows you to work the piece for a long time, like because it won't dry in one day, so you have more time to work on certain parts of it and everything if you want to. Depends on how much oil you add to the pigment. You can also make it thinner, and add more, like, what do you call it? I don't know what they call it now, but terpenoid or whatever. Um, so it's thinner, so that it will dry faster. So you kind of play with those two things, the oil and the thinner, to get the um, pigment to the consistency you want. So, so I think that's it for me for today. I think this kind of redeemed this page for me because I really wasn't liking it. And now I'm kind of like, after doing the needles and the brick, I'm kind of liking this page. At least that I'm learning some things from it. And I had fun doing the needles. So that's it for me for today. I'm going to go fold my sheets that I laundered. Oh, aw. Oh, I'm sure it did somehow. I'm sure it helped you with your voice somehow. They just don't recognize it. So sometimes they don't see it. So have a good evening. And I'll see you around. I don't know. I'm gonna look around and see if anybody's live maybe today, but definitely look around tomorrow while I'm doing things. And so I'll see you around on the YouTube streets. Take care, everybody. Good night.